Hi, thanks for joining us today for All Music's Local. Today our guest is Joe Reyes. This clip is sponsored by the Olmos Pharmacy, Space Tone Music, Lark Guitars, one of 7 PRS collection dealers, and the Tube Amp Man. Hope you enjoy the show.
It's so nice having you here.
Thanks, man. I'm glad to be here.
Beautiful. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to Live from Olmos Pharmacy. All Music is Local. My name is Richard Diaz, and I'll be your host for the next few segments. We are here in San Antonio, Texas, in the middle of a working diner, as you can probably tell. The name of the place is Olmos Pharmacy. Olmos Pharmacy was built in the late 30s in an Art Deco style. It's spent most of its life as a pharmacy. It is now a pub and a diner and a great hang and a place where we have plenty of music. Bye. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Have a nice day. Have a nice day. We're gonna have fun in a minute.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We'll see you later.
I guess that's a good excuse. Working.
Well, I thought they'd never leave. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Come on. Come on. We're here with Joe Reyes, my good friend and great guitar player, Joe. Joe.
Howdy, everybody. Thanks for having me, Richard. Yeah.
You're very welcome. I tell you, I saw Joe play here, I guess a couple of weeks ago. How long was that? About a month ago. Last month sometime. How long are you doing this?
I wasn't here this month. I hope to come back maybe in April, like after South by Southwest. We'll see. But yeah, it's a long solo gig. It's actually 3 hours, so it's enough time for me to sit here, play, get bored, come back, like get more excited, like all in one gig. Like
sure. That's work.
It is, yeah. It's a little bit of work, but fans, friends will show up that play, and I'll get them to sit in. Yeah. Kind of have to make it a scene, but yeah, it's fun. It's challenging, yeah. So
it is challenging. You can't stop. You can't stop thinking. You can't stop doing anything.
No, there's no place to hide. I really like playing in bands, and I've spent most of my career doing that. But solo stuff is challenging for that reason. Like it's really just you But if you're just yourself, I think that's the best way to do it. I can't really be anybody but me, and I'm as entertaining as this.
Right.
So if I wear a funny hat, maybe I don't know.
Do you play at home?
Yeah, absolutely, every day.
Yeah. Do you just? I don't ever do this. If I've got a gig, I'll play. I'll practice for the gig.
Okay.
But I don't just sit on my porch and play. I've never been able to do that.
If there's time, and some days there's not, but if there is time, I actually do it. Like I'll sit on the porch with some coffee and just pull out a guitar, but not really be expecting anything. Just kind of pick it up and start chording through some things.
Right.
If I do hear something, I pick up on it. I'll kind of work on that. Or if there was something I heard on the radio that week or something that was like kind of bending my ear, I'll absolutely sit there and try to figure it out, like kind of whatever it's going to be. So it's mostly just, ear training, kind of keeping your fingers limber. But I really, and you're like this too, I really like playing guitar. Like if there was a study that said that, the pressure that you actually apply to your fingertips would actually relieve stress, I'd believe it. It would be some kind of acupressure that when I do this, like my blood pressure goes down and I can relax, and I think that's part of the charm of it. It's definitely, it's just a part of our lives. So, and then there are some days where I just look at it and don't pick it up. I'm just like, no, that's not today.
Well, I started leaving my guitar out in my living room.
That helps.
And just sort of sit there and hope my dog doesn't pee on it.
Right. That would help.
Yeah, it's really nice when that doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
And he's never done that, but you never know. He might get mad at me. But nonetheless, it sits there, and it used to call me. It used to, and it doesn't anymore. And I think, okay, you know what? It's just part of life. You just go through these seasons where you don't want to play. It's
Well, I mean, there's nothing worse than picking up and trying to force something to happen. Like, then that's actually worse. Like, that makes you feel worse about what just happened. Yeah. It's best to just kind of say, I'm not really feeling it. It's fine, and as we get older, there's all other things to do in our lives, but the music, is kind of at the center, I think, still. So if I'm not, playing guitar, I'm actively listening to some piece of music, or working on a mix for somebody I'm recording, or I don't know. It's just all around. I don't take it into consideration that often, but absolutely, it's just you build your life around it. So it's fun. But there's worse ways to spend your life.
Boy, there surely are. Well, you're gonna play us a tune. What are you gonna play?
I don't know.
Did you write this? Play some. You've been writing a lot.
Yeah, I wrote a lot, like in the last 5-6 years, and then over the last 2 years, I actually didn't write much at all. Like some of these songs are newer, but then some of them hark back to about 2006, 7. This is like where a lot of these ideas come from. So let's see, what do I play? I'm trying to think. Oh, I'll play this one I wrote for my wife, which is funny because a lot of my songs kind of deal with melancholia, and they're sort of dark. But I think there's a great beauty in that. It's beautiful to listen to. So she asked me at some point. She's like, "Do you ever write happy songs?" I'm like, "Sure." And so I wrote this one, and then I was playing it with a friend of mine in Europe. And in Europe, I think the audiences are absolutely sort of more tuned. It's kind of more of a art form, like a folk art. So they truly are listening, and the first line of the song is "I made a mistake," and I kept introducing it as a song I wrote for my wife, and the audience would just be like, "Ugh," like cringing, and I'm like, "No, it gets better." And then I stopped introducing it like that. I was like, "Oh God, I had no idea. I didn't realize they were listening."
Love you, honey.
So this is called "And Now It's Here." Ready? Made a mistake, and it came back to haunt me. I tried to imagine what it felt like to be alive, and cast my fears aside. But I wanna be like a tree, tall and green, giving shade to little birdies. And I never thought that there could be a life like that for me. And now it's here, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba. And now it's here, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba. I drank from the bottle, and it came back to taunt me. I tried to imagine what it felt like to see a friend and not have to pretend. But I wanna be like the sea, blue and green, giving homes to small crustaceans. And I never thought that there could be a love like that for me. And now it's here, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba. And now it's here, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba. And as much as they used to freak me out, it's weird that tomorrow's just another day. Ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba. And now it's here, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba. And now it's here.
This clip was sponsored by
Pharmacy, Space Tone Musics, Lark Guitars, one of 7 PRS collection dealers, and the Tube Amp Man.